Hello, Internet. Welcome to another Game Informer live stream. I'm Andrew Reiner, and I have two of my favorite people in the world here, Tim Turi.
Hey, Reiner.
And I was lying. I don't really know Daniel Tack that well. He's our new PC editor. Hello, sir.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great.
So you've been playing the hell out of this. You played a lot of it last night. You got up to like level 12?
I think I'm like 12 or 13 on the PC version, yeah.
On the PC version, and that's something you brought up when we came down here. You're like, wait, there's no mouse and keyboard. I'm not going to be able to play this. I don't know how to use this thing. What is this rock you put in my hand, this piece of plastic? It's a controller, Daniel. Good luck playing. You're going to be starting off here, right? Or is it going to be Tim?
I'm going to start it off. Hiding the controller underneath the table.
Okay.
Xbox One, not a mouse and keyboard. We're playing Attrition in Angel City, which is, I think, one of the first maps they showed off. So I have not played quite as much as Daniel, but it's close. We'll see. Don't judge me. Don't expect much right away. I need to spend some time, settle into a groove, and hopefully kill some guys.
And I'll play a little bit, too. We're just going to keep this stream going until we get bored or you get bored of us. Probably you getting bored of us and making fun of our skills. That's probably what's going to happen first.
Hey, no. Who knows?
You never know. Yeah, we might be awesome today.
That's
see.
right.
Or the competition might be really bad. We have the chat set up. I have it right in front of me here. So fire away questions. We'll answer as many as we can. This is Respawn's Titanfall. It's in beta. It comes out on Xbox One and PC on March 11th. And it's also coming to Xbox 360, but I believe that was delayed. Not too long, though. It should be coming shortly. And Tim has found his vertical strategy already here.
Yeah, I like the mobility in this game a lot.
Also, everybody, the disembodied voice that you're hearing right now is mine. My name's Jason. I'm kind of running stuff behind the scenes. Now, about the chat, apparently Twitch has implemented some new encoding methods. Anyway, what that means for you guys is that there's a big lag between when we stream video and when we see stuff in chat. So just bear in mind.
So we're in the future and they're in the past.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you guys type something, it's going to take us a little while to see it and vice versa. So
Titanfall.
So just sit tight.
And this is some of Game Informer's new technology. We got these nice new microphones. Shock resistant. We can bang on the table. I don't think you hear that.
A little bit, yeah.
Daniel, you look like you're sweating already. Like you're fearful of taking the sticks here.
I absolutely am.
Yeah, that went, already I just got absolutely annihilated. I couldn't tell where anyone was shooting me from.
So
hopefully it evens out here.
I'm going to take a little bit of time here for people to get to know Daniel a little. Obviously, you wrote a blog introducing yourself, and you've been doing, what, 2 issues worth of work right now?
Yep, that sounds about right.
You've been with us a month plus.
Yeah.
And why don't you give them a little background on where you came from?
Well, before this, I was writing for Forbes, doing game coverage there. And before that, I've written for a number of other gaming sites and blogs throughout my career.
And strictly PC stuff or collectible card games?
Definitely focused on both those areas. Mostly, generally covering online games, so a lot of multiplayer games. So this kind of stuff, FPS multiplayer games are definitely in that area, although not my main focus, more on the MOBAs and MMORPG kind of side of things, but still love an FPS now and then.
And you just posted an editorial on your first experience with Titanfall on the site. People can find that now, or bookmark it and then read it later after you're done watching us play. You're not going to want to miss Daniel using a controller.
Yeah, probably not. It's gonna be extremely bad. I'm sure you're gonna get a big kick out of it. But yeah, my time with this game on PC has been really great. I think it's got a lot of cool stuff that it adds to the genre. Actually, it makes it more interesting.
And what are some of your favorite game series, Daniel, or genres?
MMORPG and MOBAs. Before that, RTS. I kind of think the RTS has kind of fallen by the wayside, with MOBAs sort of taking over that space. I mean, not precisely. There's still some great RTSs out there, but I think for the most part, people are going for that since they can just control one unit instead of having to control a bunch of different things and sort of get a whole game experience out of that.
Tim's working on a Titan here. That guy has no idea where you're at.
I like to keep it that way as best as possible, but we'll see.
So there's a lot of verticality to this, as Tim showed off earlier, but you could do some crazy kind of parkour, linking together jumps, and using the entire environment, as you see here, as kind of a strategic tool for not only just taking out other players, but really getting a jump on those mechs who kind of rule the streets.
All right, here we go.
Or Titans, I should say.
See how this goes. This doesn't ensure success. Where's a guy? I think there's a guy around here.
And Daniel, how do you end up unlocking the Titans in this? Or not unlocking, but getting them, getting the ability to drop them into play here.
For every NPC and player you kill, you get points. And so basically, if you're good at killing people, you're going to unlock your Titans much faster. Otherwise, it's just a cooldown. It starts at like 3 minutes, I think. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 minutes, but and that can get increased by various effects, including the burn cards. But essentially, the better you are at being a pilot, the more time you're going to have controlling a Titan.
Now, we just hit level 5. Burn cards are unlocked when? Did we get one at level 5, or is that
we
level
don't
6?
have one yet, so I'm guessing it's either 6 or 7, because we also haven't unlocked the sniper rifle yet, so it's going to be a couple more levels.
Okay, but we'll probably see that in the stream.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair.
Pending we're terrible and we don't get any experience points.
Right.
But Tim's doing pretty well here. It's been a good life.
See.
It's been a good life.
We're trying to break line of sight as quickly as possible once you've taken some damage. Let's see, this guy's probably going to be on me here.
And again, we're playing the Xbox One version. And this is the beta. And the beta has 2 maps.
2 maps.
And how many Titans? Do we know that?
There are 3 basic models you can use, and as well as create your own custom once we get that unlocked.
We got a lot of stuff to unlock then.
There's quite a few unlocks, but it does go pretty fast.
For you on PC.
You know, I think anybody can unlock this stuff pretty quickly, actually.
Cool. All right, and then again, the chat is set up if you have any questions for us, not just about Titanfall, but video games in general. We'll answer as many as we can, or Daniel, if you want to know more about him. Just feel free to put him in here, and I'll ask him.
I'm going to try to not die.
Those are pretty trees.
He's actually doing an amazing job at not dying here. He's lived forever.
I also haven't found much action, so I'll follow these guys. Maybe we'll... Wait, hold on. Hey, buddy. Got my damage core active, so I would like everyone to get out of my way so I can punch this guy a lot. Oh, I should get the hell out. That didn't go that well. Let's see. So now that there are Titans around me and I am without one, I'm going to take out my anti-Titan weapon.
And if people don't have beta keys, I've seen Respawn employees like Vince on Twitter. He's been giving them out. Obviously, you got to be quick on the draw to be able to get them, but it does seem like they keep spitting them out every few hours or so.
So now we're going to enter an epilogue situation where we don't want to let the opposing team escape on this dropship thing. Yeah.
So it's coming in 9 seconds here, or no?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Now this part of the game is interesting because at this point there's no more respawning. So once you take somebody out, they're gone.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm assuming I'm going to get some company here pretty quick. Actually, you know what? I'd really like to rodeo this guy if I can.
There it is.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
There we go. Get a little of this going. Cool.
Oh.
Got me. So that's that.
You did some good damage.
I did my part. You know what I mean?
Was that your only death the entire round?
No, I think I died a lot on foot early on. So not a great showing for me. I didn't find a lot of action, and early on I just got killed. There's some enemies on the rooftops. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, here you go,
Nice.
Daniel.
All right, Daniel.
So not much of a difficult act to follow there. That wasn't much of a showing on me.
We got last place.
Yeah.
You got 6 points. That's more than me.
You were alive for a while.
Yeah. We'll see. I just got murdered a lot. Just there's some really deft shooting on the other team's part early on there. So I've played this a couple times before this, and I've written up some tips, which I try to use as I'm playing, but it can be difficult. Sometimes it just comes down to raw skill, and you just need time with the game to develop that. For me, with competitive shooters, it just takes I don't know. I'm assuming that by the time we're done here today that I'll be exponentially better than when I started. That's the hope anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, you always improve in these, right? Well, there's those nights where you just have awful showings.
Yeah.
Like your kill to death just goes to hell.
Mm-hmm. And the nice thing about Titanfall is that, you know, unlike Call of Duty games, the fact that you have like getting this Titan and you have this extra layer, this literal layer of extra armor, it decreases just getting shot in the back or getting blindsided all the time. There's a little bit more, I don't know, survivability, or a little more durable than a lot of other like military shooters. So,
Paradigm the Fallen has a question for you, Daniel. Do you think we could stand to have more critics who can focus on multiplayer?
I'd say absolutely. But at the same time, I think looking at a game for just the multiplayer aspects is a completely different way to look at things, I think. And it's definitely becoming more of a thing now, that we're seeing a lot more shift toward esports and competitive gaming. Games that are inherently multiplayer, like Titanfall.
right.
They're just multiplayer. There is no single player. And I think that's becoming more popular, especially on PC.
Yeah, we'll see how, you know, I'm curious how Titanfall is going to end up doing in the end. I mean, the gameplay is great that we're seeing so far, but yeah, it doesn't have kind of those trappings that you always see of all of this genre, you know, the first person, the co-op, all that kind of stuff. It is very just multiplayer focused.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you end up, sometimes you hear stats, you know, like only 20% of people ever click single player in Call of Duty. You know, what does that actually mean?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm excited by the idea that, you know, I pick up the game and I feel obligated to play single player a lot, and I do like playing single player games. I like single player shooters. I actually like a lot of the crazy stories of the Call of Duty games, but I like that I can take that 8 or so hours that I might put into the story and just immediately plug it into multiplayer and start, you know, upgrading and stuff. So,
Yeah, I find single player is kind of a good boot camp for me. I'll play through that first, and then I'll jump into multiplayer. Unless, you know, like the night something like this launches, we're going to have, you know, a lot of Game Informer people online playing this at once. So, you know, and I think the next Call of Duty will probably do that too.
yeah, we're muting right now. It's a mutiny.
Nice. Well, that's
Very
nice and
nice.
quick.
Yeah.
Nice mute function.
So yeah, I guess the fact that we don't have a mic doesn't help.
Daniel, another question for you.
Sure.
What's your take on the Might and Magic series? You
That's-
just reviewed one.
That's by Mr. Pliggy, by the way, Zach, who helped us with our live
Ah, yeah.
stream for the Extra Life 2013. Hi, Zach.
Plicky the Fallen. He even has like a moderator sword.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi.
I gave him the power.
So for Might and Magic, I definitely think it had a few bad years, and I'm glad to see it back, sort of embracing some of the earlier games, like the latest one, Legacy X. I had a fantastic time with it, and it really does harken back to like the World of Zine, Saga, I guess, those 3 games.
I think you custom pilot too.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it coming back to its roots, and I hope they give them some more freedom in that area moving forward. I think Limbic took care of that, and it was great. And I highly recommend checking that one out if you like the older Might and Magic games.
No, he's saying there's a lot of bugs in it right now, though.
You know what? I didn't run into a lot of them. I've heard the same. It actually played really well for me, and I consider myself fortunate that I didn't actually experience any game-breaking errors.
So unlike Angel City, so we're on a different map now. This beta has 2 maps in it. It's Angel City and Fracture. Angel City is really kind of dense, a little more claustrophobic. It's in the title, it's urban environment, it's in the city. There's more like opportunities to break line of sight as a Titan, and more opportunities as a pilot to kind of like jump on a Titan and ambush. Fracture is, from what I understand, it's like this is where the well-to-do people in the Titanfall universe have ended up living. So there's a lot of like weird sort of Frank Lloyd Wright inspired homes, and there's more open space. It's a little more Titan friendly. And let's see, we got a little hiccup here. Hopefully we are still in Fracture. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. That was just a replay of us losing our signal.
Okay, we're back in and out.
Okay, you were saying, Tim?
Yeah, no, that's it. It's just a little more open. And we're playing attrition, so it's just like the team deathmatch mode. There's 2 other modes in the beta right now, which are hardpoint, which is just a control point sort of domination mode where you have 3 different points that you're trying to maintain control of. And then there's Last Titan Standing, which immediately puts you and your teammates in Titans, and the goal is just to be the last surviving person in a Titan, and that's how you win that round. It's round-based, so. But yeah, it's just, it's Fracture and Angel City, and then the other one that they talked about is Boneyard, which is going to be like a map that's a desert-based map, and there's going to be like the skeletons of these huge leviathans that have died, and you're like actually fighting within their carcasses, and there's an underground facility. I don't know how much people know actually about the lore behind Titanfall.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be kind of hard to digest, I guess, when you don't have that single-player component. And, I mean, where do you go to find that stuff then, Tim, outside of... Can you get it in the game?
You know, that's the thing is there's actually, just like we're in multiplayer now, and like, there's like attrition and hardpoint, and these are different multiplayer modes. There's actually going to be campaign multiplayer. It's going to be a mode that you select from the menus, and that's what's going to have the story. We haven't seen that yet, but, Respawn said that there is going to be like a conclusion to the game, and obviously you'll keep playing after that, but just sort of, there's going to be they're going to tie up the story arcs, but... That's that. How it's actually going to be conveyed, we don't know yet. We'll find out soon. But the basic overall idea is that it's just sort of like the universe is a frontier. There's people that are pioneers and trying to explore through the universe, and they're trying to harvest natural resources. And then there's these the military, the governments that are coming in and trying to harvest them as well. And so it's basically pioneers versus the government, while exploring the universe. So a good framework for Titans fighting each other.
Daniel just got into a really great Titan fight there. It seemed like everybody had one there.
Yeah,
and this is 6-on-6, but you see there's a bunch of other bots around too, to kind of fill out the battle.
Yeah, and if he exits his Titan, that will become automated and can follow him around the battlefield and stuff. Kind of be a buddy. So how are you feeling so far this round, Dan?
Not very good.
No? We'll get there. We'll get there.
You're playing okay.
Of course, just like a headshot, you see like the little red spot. Titans have their own individual weak spots. That was good. Good assist there.
This is just a deathmatch match. This isn't a campaign match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no campaign multiplayer in this beta. It's just attrition, hardpoint, and Last Titan Standing. But you still get a sense for like what they're going for with you see the dropship come in and people leave from there, and then there's the epilogues where you try to escape to the dropship.
Is that always the same, that epilogue?
From what I've seen, yeah, it's depending on the mode, of course, but like Last Titan Standing doesn't have that.
Get it!
Nice. You're very bold. Now, yeah, Dan's strategy of being out in the open and just standing in the battlefield and pointing a rocket at a enemy Titan is incredibly brave.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he is. I'm impressed. And he's got a
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the just all the complexity in this multiplayer dynamic. It's pretty cool.
It's just fun to watch too. It's a really good-looking game, and there's just so much going on. Like, it's really cool. There's just two layers to the battlefield. It's you have the Titan and you have Pilot, and both control fundamentally the same, but it just feels really good, really smooth.
Yeah, when I first saw the game, I was like, well, is it going to suck when you're just a pilot, when you're just running around and you're not in your Titan? But all that wall run stuff and having a different weapon set, they did a really good job of making both of them very cool.
And right now, as far as progression goes, we have we have toilet customization. We have pilot customization available right now. Not that many options, and then I think right around level 8 or so, Titan customization is going to be available. So we can start tinkering around. Yeah, 9?
I think, yeah, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, right around there.
Okay. Let's see what other questions we have.
It's been pretty intense so far. Oh, you got it. All right.
It's an intense game.
We won.
Do the Titan loadouts feel game-changing or powerful? That's from Navi Hello.
I mean, right now, it's just all Atlas, which is just sort of like the most balanced, sort of neutral, he's like the Ryu of Titans. It seems like everything's kind of balanced around the Atlas. And you can choose between a chain gun, really powerful, slower rocket, and then just sort of like a semi-automatic rocket.
Single shot, high damage, the chain gun, which is, I think, probably the most balanced, and then a rocket salvo, which is very powerful, but it's tough to get into to areas where a pilot could be shooting at you with it.
Yeah, and the rocket salvo is the one that you can kind of use as a secondary while you're
yeah, it's similar to
reloading.
the secondary.
Yeah, okay. But otherwise, you know, it just depends on the primary a lot for me. I haven't tinkered around too much with the other options, which are like, you know, hey, do you want to have a extended Titan shield for when you drop, or, you know, do you want to what's the other option there? There's one where it's decreases like the cooldown of like your power core. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see a little bit as we move along here and have some other options.
That was 34.
We'll get there.
We're getting better.
We'll get there.
I mean, the divide between 52 and 34, that's not that big.
It's pretty big.
You did well. For someone who doesn't use a controller very often for their shooters, you did well.
We unlocked an SMG. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I'm going to probably stick with my shotgun.
What do you prefer, Daniel?
Actually, it depends on the map, but I prefer the sniper rifle for one of these maps and the shotgun for the other map. The one with the tall buildings, I definitely prefer the sniper rifle on that map. It's really easy to get huge very quickly, to get your Titan down quickly by just setting up on top one of the roofs and picking people off. And again, that's a dynamic of the game that we're really going to see a lot more of if we get the burn cards going. They really let you customize a strategy for each different part of the match. Like you'll have a burn card to use on your first life right when you get off the ship, which will be, say, enhanced speed. So you'll be faster than everybody else out there, and you'll be able to run behind the other team and actually flank them. Or let's say you want to have a sniper rifle, but maybe you only want it on your first life to take advantage of that. You can do that with a burn card.
Yeah, hopefully we get those very quick. Tim, big round here.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll...
level up.
I think it is this next level, so...
Oh, 7?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Did we get the sniper rifle?
No, we got SMG.
We haven't, but I'm not sure which comes first.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be cool to see those get put into play.
Yeah, and you collect those as you go along, you know, get more burn cards and stuff.
Like-
And it's not like they go away. They're one-time use per round, but you can, you know, re-equip them and stuff after that.
But you
after that
collect them
match.
like
I wasn't
Pokemon?
aware that you
Yes.
could re-equip them. I thought they were one use and they were gone.
No, from
could be
my
wrong.
understanding, you know, it was something last time I got my hands on the game, talking with Respawn, from what I understood, that you could re-equip them after that match, but, you know, I could have been misinformed. But we'll hopefully find out here.
Yeah, hopefully.
And people are asking about our super replays. They're wondering if we're doing a super replay showdown like we've done the last 2 years. We are.
Awesome.
That starts the first week of March. That's kind of our March madness. And then the next super replay, we're hopefully going to start recording it next week. That doesn't mean we're releasing it next week, but we're going to see if it works for us. And that'll be Dan and I playing a co-op game, which we haven't announced yet. Always the tank.
Yeah, I think I wanted to go with the chain gun instead of... I can still change my Titan mode out, can I?
I'm not sure if you can do it
per
this,
life, or is
at
it-
this point. You still can. Now I don't think you can.
Okay. Well, maybe for the next one. I want
Yeah.
chain gun. Is that what we've been using?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been working pretty well. Okay.
The only reason I don't like that one is because it doesn't have the nuclear disaster or whatever when you die.
Yeah.
I don't really like the auto eject because I think it makes you lazy and you'll just never learn how to eject when your thing's damaged.
Yeah.
And the explosion, if you just want to get in there with your Titan like I do and just start swinging, it's
Is
great.
that why you've been using the other one?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Actually, you've made a really good case there. I like nuclear ejection.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. It's really great to sort of get revenge on those guys that maybe rodeoed you or were shooting at you.
I need to get better at getting the heck out of there after I shoot. Ooh, company in here. At least somewhere nearby.
So Tim's cloaked. That's what the LB button is. You see that meter? That's your cloak. And it's fairly easy to see the cloaked characters on the other side.
It's easy to see when you're a pilot. When
Oh,
you're
okay, when
a
you're in
Titan,
Titan's different?
It's really great. Yeah, it's great for sneaking up on Titans, if you will.
I didn't know that. Okay, good, good. More experience. Oh, I didn't realize his head turned completely around.
Oh yeah. What are we doing here? All right. I get nervous when I don't see anybody.
people are asking about Evolve. That's Turtle Rock's new game. That's 4 versus 1. I played it. I played about 3 hours of it. Really enjoyed it. Very different experience than this, so you know I don't see these two really kind of butting heads at all or going against each other. But
No, totally different.
Yeah, that's a really good co-op experience, and then just really empowering when you're the monster. So many cool different things you could do with that, strategy-wise too. Just, I mean, every time I played it a little differently. Here's a question people are asking: are the maps all fairly large? This seems pretty moderate to me.
Well, yeah, they got to facilitate the Titans. I feel like they all end up being pretty beefy to me.
Since we only get to see 2 here. They are pretty big, but they're very small feeling. You never feel like you've gone out of range of the combat and the action.
You got it. Stand by for Titanfall.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get your bearings on this one. You know, Call of Duty or Battlefield. Call of Duty, it's always kind of a front versus a front, kind of bashing against each other. Battlefield, you know where your points are. This one, you're just kind of thrown in. What are the spawns like? Where do they put you? Is it usually with your group, or is it like a centralized location like Call of Duty? You have one side, they have the other. Do you know how that's set up, Daniel?
I do not know how that's set up, but it does appear that you'll spawn with your group.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that's actually how it's done.
Uh-oh.
Nice. So that's the LB function in the Titan. It's like a force field that sucks up the bullets that are fired at you, and then you can fire it off.
That's one of the options. The other is actually a smoke screen that does damage, and that's actually I found it really useful to stop like enemy infantry and pilots.
One thing I found is that pilots shouldn't be ignored because they are really good at just, even if they don't do a lot of huge damage to you directly, they really like prevent your shields from recharging when you're trying to break line of sight with a Titan, which is obviously the larger threat. So don't ignore them.
Navi has another question. Do you prefer the more gritty aesthetic of Titanfall or the sleeker futuristic looks of a game like Halo?
I think this game looks pretty good. They're so different. I don't feel like shoot. Oh God, this is getting dangerous. Now, I can get burnt out on the military thing, like the dingy used military look, but I feel like they've done a really good job here. Only more time with it will tell, but I don't know.
I really like what's going on in the backgrounds too with that giant statue there.
Let's see, this is actually going okay so far.
But I guess I would prefer to, to answer a question, I prefer more futuristic sci-fi. Just because you see more stuff that you haven't seen before, where they are basing it on reality and kind of saying, well, this is what might exist in the future, like an alternative or a potential future for us. So yeah, I think you get more of a fantasy element from that far-reaching sci-fi. People are asking me if I'm more excited for this or Rambo. That's a tough question. I'm really excited to play Rambo for all the wrong reasons, I think. But I plan on playing this most of March, and I don't know how long I'm going to go on this. I haven't really sunk my teeth into a multiplayer game, I guess 2 Call of Duties ago. So I'm itching to get back into that kind of experience again.
That was really frustrating. I really wanted to rodeo that Titan, and I just got shot in the back. Sometimes you can't get away from that. Okay, now we're getting one of the epilogue things, which is enemy drop ship. They're trying to get away, and we don't want them to do that. So let's see, it's going to go over there.
Yeah. Oh!
Dodged the rodeo there.
Was there an alert that you were getting close to him?
I don't know.
He could probably see that he was getting hit by the sidewinder shots that he was firing at him.
Crap. No,
IMC
that's not gonna happen.
dropships arrived.
Yeah, who's that
Get out
human
before
on
it
all
gets
that
away.
like electronic propaganda?
That's like an enemy pilot or something. That's or one of our pilots who's really good. And there's some story about like an escort mission or something. Or all right, see you later.
Hey!
All right, not last. That's something. So we'll see how much. I don't think we got a level up, but maybe a little bit closer. You see baby steps, you know? Can't be the best right away.
People are talking about Jim Sterling in the chat. I don't know why, but I like Jim.
You getting yeah, these guys seem pretty good that we're playing with. Seems like a decent mix up of different skills.
John Marston GI is just gonna throw it out there. What are your overall impressions of the beta so far, Daniel?
I actually wrote a piece on this exactly today. But overall, I'm really excited about what it does because of the mech and pilot. Titan and pilot dynamic. Because it really changes the way you're playing the game all throughout a match. You're fighting things that are actually stronger than you. You're never against it's never an even fight. And it changes the way that you have to adapt to situations in the game. So you're playing as trying to hide and take on the Titans, or you're trying to take out the people trying to take out your Titans. It's a really interesting dynamic that keeps things fresh the entire game through, instead of just spawning and shooting, spawning and shooting, spawning and shooting.
One thing that really impresses me that Captain Bruisen actually brings up is the sound of the weapons. Because sometimes, we were talking about like the aesthetic of really like Halo's sci-fi or the kind of used, dingy, futuristic military look that Titanfall has. And for me, something that can be difficult to discern is, what weapon the Titan is carrying or something, or which missile launcher is it? Because you have to adapt your playstyle differently depending on what your enemies are using. And the sound of like the Sidewinder, say, is an anti-Titan weapon. You can just tell by the sound sometimes of what right as soon as an enemy opens fire on you, that whether they have the quad rocket or they have the machine gun. The sound design is really clever, and you can adapt your playstyle based on, or your strategy based on what sound your enemy's weapon's making. Which I think is cool.
And we're back on Fracture here.
You think we want to keep it going with attrition, or at some point should we mix it up and do
We
hardpoint?
can change it up.
It's hardpoint, which is like a domination style, and Last Titan Standing, which is pretty self-explanatory. You start in Titans right away in that one. It's round based.
Someone's asking, is there weapon customization?
Yeah. There's like scopes and stuff like that, and
That's
those
stuff
are
you unlock.
those are generally later unlocks.
yeah. Yeah, it seems like they keep the nitty-gritty stuff held back for a little bit later, just so that you kind of get used to like the top level, the bigger playstyle stuff. Yeah.
There's like 6 basic top level weapons or something. And I think they really want you to get a feel for all of them before you start customizing them.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, Rickolas, the GI cam is very dark. Can you guys turn on a light? Funny story about that. We had a light on, and it's this giant, huge like stage light that I could feel it from where I'm sitting, like I'm cooking under it. So we turned it off, but we do have that here. Someone else is saying it's not too dark, but I just wanted to tell that funny story.
Of being cooked under a light.
Yes. Yeah. Reiner, Tim, Daniel, which
grenade.
generation has left the greatest impact in terms of leaps in technology in regards to gameplay mechanics, graphics, level design, presentation? Where do you feel this generation will leave its own impact? Is Titanfall one of those games that could say is uniquely of this generation of games? So there's many questions there.
Yeah.
What generation do you think presented the biggest leap? I'll start this one off. I would say probably going from 16-bit to PlayStation, going from Super Nintendo to PlayStation when games went, I guess lack of a better term, rendered or 3D or polygonal.
I was gonna say the same thing, not just because of graphics too, but that's when dual analog stick gameplay came into place.
Yep,
with, like,
later
with,
in that
like with Medal of Honor and stuff like that. And we got used to like what was such a weird, quirky thing at first, where it's like, oh, I'm controlling. It's kind of like a mouse and keyboard. I'm controlling my movements with one analog stick, and I'm lining up headshots with another. And it felt like this really specific. Set of skills to like Medal of Honor, for example, which was the first game I played it with, and then suddenly, little did I know, I was learning the language of play for all console games moving forward, pretty much.
Daniel, you want to add to that?
I'm actually in complete agreement. I think that was when we saw the biggest fundamental change in what we could do with games, and that hasn't changed. I think a whole lot. Games have become a lot prettier, and we've been able to advance on those things, but I don't think we've shifted from those fundamentals much.
Yeah, it seems like this generation especially is more of kind of a hangover of those same fundamental gameplay designs and principles from last generation.
Yeah.
At least so far. I mean, we're, 4 months into it?
Yeah, since then it's been a lot of online infrastructure and stuff like that, and changing what can be done with, like the internet, essentially, online play. That's been where the biggest advancements have been, I think.
And then the last question is about Titanfall.
Nice.
I think Titanfall is kind of expanding on what, those great multiplayer experiences we had in the last generation, and giving us kind of a new way to play it with these giant mechs that probably, it is coming to 360.
We just don't know details about it yet.
Right. It's just kind of a new, cool way to play multiplayer in these giant, Titans or on foot.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
I got hit with an arc grenade there, which blurred my vision.
Okay. Pretty effective, you think?
They're very effective.
And then someone's rodeoing
They are indeed.
And Hot Rod 1987 brings up, you could always drop a Titan on top of a Titan. Yes, that is something you could do. It's very hard to do.
Yeah, there's Daniel was telling me about a perk that you can get later on that increases the speed of your Titan drop. And so you could probably get better at crushing another Titan with your Titanfall.
And one thing I did last night is I like punching the pilots with the Titans. It's super satisfying.
I haven't done a lot of that yet. That's a good strategy.
It's just a smear afterwards. Like, you don't even see their body
They
anymore.
explode into a fine mist. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the Titans seem much more nimble than typical mechs.
Oh, yeah. It's not even comparable, I feel like. It's
I guess in the game sense, what other, From Software's Armored Core, they have a good variety of them.
Front mission.
Mech assaults. These are very nimble, very humanoid-like in how they move.
It just feels like you're essentially becoming a bigger person. You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, this is one thing that you end up doing a lot, which I think is fun. All the Titans have these vortex shields, or it's an item that you can equip, but everyone seems to have them in this beta because it's an early ability. And you hold it up and you absorb, and you can catch, sort of like Neo, catch a bunch of bullets and rockets and hold it there. If you hold it for too long, it will backfire and they'll still hit you. But you can send it back, do a return to sender, and what ends up happening to Titans is they end up playing catch, Sort of reminds me of like Link and Ganon and like Ocarina of Time. It's like playing catch with the same bolt of energy, and then eventually it ends up going through and connecting, and it's really satisfying to just kind of have that volley back and forth.
Yeah, I want to see that. Hopefully we get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
At least we've been on winning teams,
Have been.
Despite ourselves in some situations.
But
You
we're not
guys
getting
have been
a ton of
fine.
points though for it. I don't think you actually get rewarded a whole ton for a victory.
Really?
No.
You're too hard on yourselves. I was going to troll Daniel the entire time.
Oh, really?
But no, he's doing well.
No, not doing well. I'm not performing that awful, but it's still pretty bad.
I think you're fine.
Someone asked if you can repair Titans. I don't know about repair on like the core armor, but it's your shield has a regeneration, so it's important to break line of sight right away and let that regenerate. Thanks. Nice work. Look at that.
I don't believe it.
No, I mean I know that it's X1 Titch X. really carried it, but
did.
you did really good. Really good.
Yeah, we haven't had too many goofy names yet.
There he is.
Hot Big Stick. That's not bad.
It's X Twitch. Well done. You really minimized your deaths too.
Yeah. Positive kill to death.
It's an improvement.
You know, it's easy to forget about the NPC grunts that are running around the field, but they go a long way of decreasing the cooldown on your Titan. So, oh, we got burn cards now.
All right, let's see what those are all about.
Okay.
I haven't seen this yet.
Okay.
Go to the You Have Mail thing, and it'll give you the burn cards.
You have mail. Is it Meg Ryan's voice?
Okay, I know these ones. All right. Which one's your favorite?
Depending on the map, I like to start off with the prosthetic limbs, so I can again speed behind enemy lines and then try to kill like 3 people before the game starts.
Okay.
I don't really use these other ones.
Do you just use it right away?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one I use right when I get off the ship.
Rabid Rage Ripper has a good question. What's the benefit of making it to the drop ship in the epilogue? Or destroying it?
It's a significant amount of extra points. I think if you make it to the drop zone, you get points, and also if the ship actually takes off and you're on it, you get additional points too, and they're significant.
And those are experience points?
Yes.
Okay, so the team should work together for their own personal game then.
And a lot of times you can be, that guy that stays behind in a Titan to ensure that the rest of the guys get off on the ship.
So where are the cards here?
They're in here. They're
Okay, so you just put prosthetic legs, faster pilot movement, decisive action, 40 seconds of build time.
towards the Titan or the Titan's core charge, which is just increased damage.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
this is just a really amped up anti-Titan weapon.
Now you have 3 slots. We only have 1 right now. So
Yeah.
normally I like to arrange my 3 slots about different times of the game. So the first card will be the one that I use first, at the start. Then I'll have one like if the opposing team gets Titans first, I'll have an anti-Titan card that helps me get back take back the field once they've got Titans out. And then I'll usually have like I said, I like a specialty weapon that isn't my main weapon, like a sniper rifle or something, so I can change up my gameplay a little bit if I want to.
That's smart.
And the burn cards are only unlocked through gameplay. You don't get them. There's no marketplace, anything like that, that we know of.
We know of.
Right.
Uh,
Whether they're going to do some sort of pack thing like they did with Mass Effect, I have no idea. Who could say?
You do accumulate cards quite quickly, though.
Right.
and are they? I saw there was like a bronze border, a gold. Is that kind of their way of marking
kinda-
rares? Or
No, as far as I know, it's just function. Like the purple ones, the skulls or weapons, the little, like it's the arrow charge there, it's some kind of pilot boost.
do we know how many there are?
I don't. I know there are some really cool ones that may be more rare. They seem to be more rare for me. Like there's one that lets you respawn right after you die. That one's kind of tricky.
And you don't actually lose them. You already went over that, right?
Tim thinks you keep them. I think they go away. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Ah!
I know you can get plenty of them in a single match.
Just for
Nice
good measure.
kick.
You see, you
Hi-ya.
got a bonus there for canceling his burn card.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Good on me for being a jerk. Okay. I don't want to be down here. I hate being on the ground level on Angel City. It feels super exposing.
I think being on the ground level as a pilot at any time is asking for a bad time.
Indeed.
There you go.
Ah,
Nice.
crap. Okay, there we are. You really want to delay the use of that second jump, too. Your instinct might be to use it at the apex of your jump, but you can maximize your distance if you save it.
They should make a new Metroid game using this engine.
Don't tease.
Can you break a robot's neck?
No.
We're barely ahead of the IMC, man. Battle projections say it's going to be real close.
Nice. McBain413 says, Reiner and Tim, I took a 5-year hiatus from gaming and decided to come back to it when I started watching replay. All of the GI crew's enthusiasm for gaming is refreshing.
Aw,
Aw.
thanks.
Yeah,
We love this stuff.
that's what we like to do. I just don't know how people burn out on it or just become jaded on it. It's like, it's what you do for a living. It's what you like to do.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's times in anyone's life where they end up, like, just whether there's priorities in life or whatever, like, you just end up not playing as much at some points. But overall, the overall arc is that games are awesome. And I want to play as many as possible.
Oh, these things are just so cool looking. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-hmm. See if we can't kill, work together.
It's actually pretty dangerous to do, as he's now like basically part of the Titan being a target. You know. So
True. But good for getting around.
It is.
Okay, what do we got here? Hello.
Hey, your Titan's good to go.
I think that was a pilot, wasn't it?
No, that was a grunt.
Was it? It's hard to tell sometimes.
It is, and I think that's actually one of the strategies you can use as a pilot is to hide among the grunts.
Okay. Come on, let's go, buddy.
Tim, how do you feel about the shotguns in this game so far? Do they feel effective at range?
It feels good. I don't usually actually end up using shotguns that often, and it fits really well. Oh man, like this isn't going that well. I need to get the heck out of here. He knows.
Or get right in there and blow up the core on him.
Well, my shield's.
Oh yeah, your shield's still pretty good.
Here we go. There we go.
So yeah, there's a recharge up there, you can see. And then kind of core health in the middle.
Oh wait, is he going nuclear? Oh crap! Yep, there you go. That's what I get. Anyway, yeah, I like the shotguns because when you're fighting other Titans or pilots rather, I end up being in close quarter situations a lot.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
So I like it. Whether that be the long-term weapon, I don't know. I tend to try to stay indoors a lot. And get in there.
So people are talking about how this is built on Source.
Yeah, that was their foundation. Which is kind of, you know, you hear about Unreal more often than not. And I think it's awesome that they use Source.
Tim, I like the way you play here.
Thanks.
No offense, Daniel.
No, he's doing a great
jumping
job.
on mechs.
Well, I'm
He
at
is.
least
He is.
Or Titans.
I'm moving around a lot. I haven't seen that much action. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
There we go.
Jeez.
This is the fun kind of rodeo on the opposing Titan.
So he knows there's someone on him
He's aware
messing
of
up his
this, yes.
stuff. And then you can, how do you interrupt it then?
You actually have to get out of the Titan and remove him as a pilot.
Level 8.
I really want to kill him. I really want to kill him.
Get out of there. And then other people can come to your rescue and shoot people off, correct?
I think that's the case.
That was really exciting. I'm really happy that worked. That's my most successful rodeo so far. Oh, that's so fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it like pays off, like all the platforming and jumping around and just kind of doing fun stuff. It's the direct payoff for getting good at that sort of mobility. And ever since, you know, like Mirror's Edge, it's something that you've seen more and more in first-person shooters get more intuitive as far as how to get around. And this is, I feel, a great evolution of that.
Yeah, people are. DanFred94 says, "Can you imagine what the MLG scene, Major League Gaming scene, is going to be like for this game?"
There's gonna be some amazing looking matches.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a fun one to follow.
It just said that I'm Death Incarnate. I'm not sure. Is that bad?
I think it's probably because you survived like 2 giant Titan encounters. I'm not sure.
Where is that guy? There's a Titan really close by. Oh, there he is.
Over there.
I really want to rodeo again. Oh crap! That was a.
All your guys are in pursuit.
All right, we got what we came for. Awesome work, team. Mission accomplished.
Okay, we want to stop that. From
You got a burn card there.
Did I?
Yeah. It says you earned a rare burn card, so I guess there are rarities.
That's awesome. Oh, get in there. Okay.
And Daniel,
Aw.
you're playing this on. Oh yeah, this is a unique weapon, or not unique, but we haven't seen a lot of this in the stream yet. That's the smart gun, right?
Yeah, you can just sort of let it lock on and then it kills.
Daniel, you've been playing on PC.
That's right.
How's the look compare?
I think, well, you know, I think it looks great on PC. I'll say that.
Better than this one?
I think so, yes.
Okay. But you have like the super duper.
I have a pretty nice rig.
Like you're running NASA on that thing.
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Oh no, grenade fail.
You really all got to be there to take down that
You
ship.
need at least 2 Titans. From what I've seen, 2 Titans
I think can take some damage.
and some heavy firepower. Yeah, which is good for the people trying to escape.
Felt like I did well because I didn't die that much, but really, if you don't get in the thick of it, it's hard to get that.
No, that's fine. I mean, if there's like team deathmatch,
At least I wasn't a
Way to
detriment
go.
to the team.
Yeah.
You know. Does anyone want to see different modes at all, like hardpoint or Last Titan Standing? Because otherwise, we can just keep going on attrition. I mean, attrition's a lot of fun. It's hard to
why don't we just switch over?
complain about team deathmatch, but
Okay, yeah, we can switch. I'll leave, and do we want to try a different mode?
sure. Just see if anyone has anything to say.
Well, we got that time space.
Yeah,
continuum
there's a
thing to
little
deal
bit of a gap, but we'll see.
Yes. See, people are like, yes, change. Yeah.
So we have a
They
few
wanna see
options.
hardpoint.
Okay.
At least we got one.
We have a problem, though, since we disconnected. We have a little bit of an issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a big part of the servers,
Yeah.
right? Or the beta is to test servers. So we may have to at some point bail if the
Yeah.
servers are having
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we're on the last server.
Man.
Ooh, it could be. We'll see. We'll see.
I actually had this happen last night, and I had to exit out of the game.
Okay.
And go back in. I don't know. It may have been coincidence, but
Are we gonna exit all the way out and see if we can't?
yeah, give it a shot.
All right,
Okay.
so
I think you hit the main button there, and then
Just pick like Killer Instinct.
I'll be right in there.
Don't click Strider. We can't show that yet.
were you able to get that downloaded in that brief window of?
Possibly.
Okay.
I may have found out about it by accident.
You could go back to it now.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's just live stream.
The
Killer
Lich
Instinct.
King says, I will unsubscribe to Game Informer if you don't do Last Titan Standing. I
Ooh.
swear.
We've actually gotten a lot of requests for Last Titan Standing as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get back on, I mean, I don't.
He's really just, I'm done with you guys.
I mean, that's just the one where you're all Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Just one big Titan.
One risky strategy on that, 'cause since you have limited, you only have like 6 people in Titans. If you get out of your Titan, they can go into auto mode, and then you can take out your anti-Titan weapon and try to double up that way. But I think it's kind of risky.
Yeah, you're likely to be killed just by collateral damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any local co-op in this? I don't think there is.
No, it's all online multiplayer. It's cooperative in the sense that you work with your teammates.
Uh-oh. Other people are saying their servers are down too.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, this is
Okay, I guess we'll play Killer Instinct now.
Come on, Titanfall.
funny thing is that's Jason's avatar. He also has one of those Frankenstein hats.
Oh yeah, my wife made me one of those.
It's awesome.
It's really cool.
Well, I think we were on the last server.
Yeah.
Dude, we got about an hour in.
Never should
Yeah,
have
we got
left.
about an hour. That wasn't bad.
I mean, really, I'm happy to have played it.
Yeah, we got to show off a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Our skills were pretty good.
You saw a lot of Titan combat, even if it wasn't Last Titan Standing. So imagine that we just started in Titans and immediately started fighting. So that's how that one starts off.
Well, this happens with betas and, well, just multiplayer gaming in general these days.
Yeah.
It's never really as stable as we want it to be, but
But if you have an Xbox One or a PC and you've managed to get your hands on a code, I mean, I'm at Tim Turi on Twitter. I'm going to be downloading the beta and getting in on that and playing. So maybe we can try to get some stuff going on there.
the Lich King is really up in our face here, and he's saying Vince Zampella's Twitter says they are fixing server issues now.
Okay. Well,
But,
that can take
that could take a
number
long
of
time. yeah.
hours.
But thanks for watching, everyone. That was another Game Informer live stream. We want to do a lot more of these as we move forward, and as we get our new studio set up. That's why we weren't doing them there for a while. Is this room was just a disaster, but we're getting there. This isn't the final setup. There's all sorts of stuff you can't see off camera, But once that's up and running, we'll hopefully do these. I'm not going to say weekly, but as many times as we can. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.